Estimating sums and differences with fractions. Well, there are a lot of different ways that you can do estimation when you're working with fractions. In this video, we're actually going to round the fractions to the nearest whole number. So how do you round fractions to the nearest whole number? It's pretty easy. If the fraction is equal to 1/2 or greater, we're going to round up. If the fraction is less than 1/2, then the whole number will remain the same. So in this first example, 5 4/10, if you're going to round that to the nearest whole number, 5/10 would be 1/2. So this is less than 1/2. Therefore, that would just remain at 5. In the next example, this is a little bit trickier. 1/2 of 7 would actually be 3.5 sevenths. This fraction is greater than 1/2. Therefore, this is going to round up to 6. Now, a little trick that you can use, if you take the numerator and you double it, and when you double that, for example, this would be 8, if it's equal to or greater than the denominator, then that means this is more than 1/2, and you're going to round up. So if you doubled this, this would be 8, and it is not equal to or greater than 10, so that would remain the same. If you double the numerator here, that would be 8. 8 is greater than 7. Therefore, you would round up to 6. All right, let's practice a few more of these. Now let's look at 17/30. Is 17/30 greater than 1/2? Well, 1/2 would be 15/30. And this is greater than 15/30. So since it's greater than 1/2, we're going to round this up to 5. Let's do the one underneath it. How many 50ths would be 1/2? Well, 25/50 is a half. This is less than 1/2. So that means this would remain at 4. We wouldn't round it up to 5. I'm going to do this one next. So how many 60ths would be 1/2? 30/60 would be 1/2. This is greater than 30/60. It's larger than 1/2, so this would round up to 5. And using that technique we just talked about on the previous page, if I double 7, that's 14. That's greater than or equal to 13, so this is going to round up to 5. And again, what would be, how many 13ths would be 1/2? 6.5 13ths would be 1/2. This is greater than 1/2, so it would round up to 5. So let's do some sums and differences where we're rounding. 8 3/9. Well, 3/9, that's less than 1/2. So this would remain 8. Again, if we double 3, it's 6. 6 is less than 9, so this would remain at 8. Now this is sum, we're adding. Would 4/9, would that round up? Is 4/9 greater than 1/2? Well, if you double 4, you get 8. It's less than 9. So this would remain at 7. So if you were estimating this sum, you would get 15. Okay, let's estimate a sum or a difference. 6/12 is exactly 1/2. If it's exactly 1/2, we're going to round up. So this would round up to 6. 5/8, if you double 5, it's greater than 8. So that's going to round up. Remember, 4/8 is 1/2. This is larger than 1/2, so this is going to round up to 3. So if you were estimating this difference, 6 minus 3 would be 3. Now let's just do a couple more. 2 7/11. Well, 7/11 is greater than 1/2, because if you double 7, that's 14. 14 is greater than 11. This would round to 3, plus 7/14 is exactly 1/2, so this would round up to 7, and 3 plus 7 is 10. In the next one, 3/8 is less than 1/2, because I know 4/8 is 1/2. This is less than 1/2, so this would remain at 4. 3/4 is more than 1/2, because I know 2/4 is 1/2, so that would round up to 6. So 4 plus 6 would round also to 10. In our last example, if we were estimating the difference, 3/7 is less than 1/2. How do I know? Well, if you double 3, it's less than the denominator. 3.57 would be 1/2, so this is less than 1/2, so that would remain at 18. 5/9 is more than 1/2. If you double 5, you get 10. That's larger than the denominator. 4.59 would be 1/2, so this is greater than 1/2. We're going to round that up to 8, and 18 minus 8 is 10. So that's how you would estimate with fractions if you were rounding the fractions to the nearest whole number.